It's Monday, June 8th, and you're watching the Beyond the Table podcast. I'm your host, Fudi, and today I'm joined with...
Loremaster.
And...
Josiah.
So, Josiah, it's kind of been... It's basically a week to E3 begins.
Yep.
Are you looking forward to it?
Oh, yeah. Like, despite the fact that I don't own a PS whatever or an X whatever...
What are these things you speak of?
The video game things. Like I always watch most of the conferences regardless of whether or not I have the system, just because, you might see something cool, you might see something you haven't ever seen before. Last year they had what was it? No, I can't even remember the name. What is the one with it's like procedurally generated where you're in the ship and you go into space. And it's like huge
Star Citizen?
galaxies full of systems and stuff. No, it's like
Elite Dangerous?
No, it's the indie one where it's
Citizen?
like just a group of a couple guys working on it.
Star Citizen.
It is not called Star
Star
Citizen. It's like
Hang on.
Beneath or Beyond or something.
Oh, Beyond Earth?
No, I can't.
Just
remember.
look. Just
It's procedurally generated. It's focused on
internet.
exploring. There is some combat involved. You asked.
All
I
right.
don't know how to use this. Oh, there we go.
Wow.
You gotta get in there. What is it called?
I don't know. I don't know what you speak. Well, I probably do know, and I just have forgotten
We
about
all-
It's on
all probably know what you speak.
PlayStation and PC.
Okay.
You're not very helpful.
Space. So you start on Earth, you go to space? Wait, is it the one that's like Minecraft?
You start on your own planet.
Okay.
Everyone starts on his own planet. And it's like there are millions and millions of planets in this game. It's all procedurally generated, like it's creating itself.
Drifter.
No, it is not.
Wow. All right.
This is
while you're looking that up,
entertaining.
yeah, I know. So
Move on. Bill ship. Bill.
yeah, abandoned ship. Should we go ahead and jump to the biggest news of the week?
Oh yeah.
Fallout 4. I guess the biggest news of last week after we recorded. Yes, I know. Fallout 4 has been confirmed, which now leads to the question of
Save your
Why?
bottle caps. Save
Why
your
has
bottle
it been
caps.
confirmed
why
already?
has it been confirmed? Is Bethesda going to show something else?
Thank you, Jed.
What
No
is it?
Man's Sky.
Oh,
Why did I think Beyond was
I'd
in?
forgotten about No Man's Sky.
Well, here's
It's
a
not
Yeah.
out yet, though, is it?
No, but I think it's supposed to come out this year, though. Like sometime around. Why didn't I just look it up?
I don't know.
Here's the sad thing.
But like it got announced at last year's E3, and that was a pretty big one where it was like, this is something new and exciting. Like it's different than anything that's come out recently. So
Yeah, no.
just looking for something of akin to that, where it's like unexpected and like. So I'm always excited for E3. Yeah.
Well, we started off strong. Let's go.
Well, yeah, Fallout 4 confirmed via trailer from Bethesda,
Mm-hmm.
which now raises the question. I'm not even going to let you go into it. I'm taking your joy. Look, you're getting the game. Be happy.
I am.
What is Bethesda? I assume they're going to probably have gameplay footage at their press
Yeah,
conference. They still have a
probably.
press conference scheduled.
Mm-hmm.
So the next question is, what else are they
that
going to show?
would be nice if maybe this focus on releasing like story and whatever trailers beforehand. Maybe they're gonna start doing more gameplay trailers at E3 because they've done a lot of CGI trailers in the past. So it would be nice if they got some gameplay trailers in there.
It would have also been nice if they could have gotten a mocap for their dog.
Oh boy, Fallout 4 now with Call of Duty dog.
No, Call of Duty dog was mocapped and looked a little better, to be fair.
Well,
But, that's
their
early footage.
attempt at Call of Duty dog unmocapped. And,
I don't know what you're talking about. It's Fallout 4 dog.
But, I'm wondering, do they have another game in the wings? Or did they announce it early because they don't want something else to steal the thunder?
Yeah.
Because there's going to be, I expect a lot of things to get announced at E3, so...
Yeah, we don't know how many things are going to be there. That maybe some stuff doesn't get as much time as it would have gotten, or maybe they're just trying to generate hype or something like that.
And
So,
speaking
I
of
don't know.
generating hype, all right, Chris,
Generate some hype.
go ahead.
Chris is
you
lost.
took my joy.
No, you can go ahead. Go ahead. Talk a little bit about Fallout 4. I know you've been looking this up, like every little detail you can find about it.
I just got back from the mountains, so I have been unable to.
All right.
Well,
But I have plenty of
so much
speculation.
for that stuff.
I don't have anything. Oh, yes, I do.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Speculate.
Well, okay, so just looking at the trailer, it makes me think, especially with the video of all the people fleeing, and you hear the air raid sirens and all that, that they may actually go and talk about the war a bit more, let you experience what happened just before,
The bombs.
the bombs fell.
Oh yeah, how many? I've only played part of 3.
I've only played the original.
Do any of the other games like take place at all before?
There is
All that
DLC
stuff
in
happened?
Fallout 3 called Operation Anchorage, where you're playing as an American special ops soldier fighting in Alaska, and you're fighting the Chinese.
I also know
that
apparently there's a mission in
Okay.
Fallout 3 that alludes to Boston. By the way, Boston's the setting for Fallout 4.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Forgot to say that.
Yeah.
But yeah, yes.
You've played it. I haven't. So.
Oh yeah, there's plenty of little bits that allude to certain areas, certain. I mean, there's in-game literature about what happened
Okay.
before the bombs fell, but
Yeah,
you haven't been able to experience it. It's just like looking into a history book.
gotcha.
So to see at least, I mean, because to see the rendering, it just like it looked like gameplay of people running, fleeing to the Fallout vaults, and I'd be kind of interested to see what the original world looked like.
Yeah. Let's
One of many speculations, but there you go.
Speaking of speculations, let's talk about what we hope we get out of E3, which begins next week. But let's save that for last.
I've already got what I wanted.
Really? Nothing else.
Well,
Hold. We'll save that to the end. Lego Dimensions.
Looks cool.
I like the concept. It's your classic Lego game, but with like a Skylanders actual toy element. And like every licensing known to man is what they're
Yeah.
going for.
Yeah, Legos, you can make anything, so they're trying to put anything in this game.
You'll find me in a Star Trek ship somewhere.
I don't know if they have that license. yet.
Maybe someday.
They'll have to fight Paramount.
Well,
over
I
that.
mean, they have the Star Wars. There are Lego Star Wars
It's
things.
not the same.
Yeah.
You're such a geek. Also, while we're talking about the toys in game, there's new Skylanders coming, and that's about all I care to say about that.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
not big Skylanders
Oh,
fans.
Speaking-
New ways to spend money.
Yeah,
There you go.
more ways to give companies your money.
Did you
Speaking
see
of
the Splatoon amiibo?
no, but speaking of
They're
which,
pretty cool.
talk about Splatoon.
Speaking of which, Splatoon. So I played a bit of that recently. I played like a couple hours of it. It's pretty fun. From what I played, the single player is very reminiscent of Mario Galaxy. In that like you're shooting stuff and covering with your ink and using that to like blow up giant sponges and shoot the enemies and stuff. And like you travel around to different platforms, and it's very much like when you travel, the planets, and you like land on the planet. So it reminded me of that. That was fun. And the multiplayer is it's very very quick.
I've heard
like
it's very
a
fast paced.
couple of minutes tops, and it's like you're in there, you do it, you're done. So you can easily just come home and play like 10 minutes of it, and like you're done or whatever. If you have to go do something else, so it's not like I have to sit down for 30 minutes and play this game. And it was really fun from what I played. I didn't get really far into it. I will say, if you're gonna play it, as soon as you're done with the initial intro, not prologue, like tutorial thing, go into the options, turn off the motion controls because they are terrible. Because I had played a little of it on my brother's account before, because I didn't want to set up an account when I just had like 10 minutes to play it. and he was just like, all right, here, you can play, and he didn't have them turned off, and I didn't know you could turn them off. So it was very. I got murdered.
So after
it could
turning it
work
off,
for some people,
after
after turning it off,
Was it a world of difference?
it feels a ton better
Okay.
to control. Like, I didn't have any problems controlling my character. The aiming was fine, so I didn't see any huge problems with it or anything.
awesome.
It was a fun time.
So as a new licensed property, a new IP,
Yeah.
what do you think? Nintendo's got a winner?
Yeah, I think
Did they
it's really fun.
Did
Like,
you ever catch the guy that stole a truckload of Splatoon?
he's out there somewhere.
I don't think they did.
Oh.
It's kind of sad. But
Yeah, I think
Some guy
they
is
have the potential to make a lot off this one.
making
like,
a couple
especially
bucks.
especially with young kids and stuff.
I mean, it's a new IP. It's their first new IP since Pikmin.
Since
The first successful
whenever.
IP. Since
since a while.
Well, what else have they had?
They had a couple of like smaller ones on the Wii, but not a lot.
I'm sure some diehard Nintendo fans are screaming at us
I'm
these
sure.
different IPs that we're missing, but
Yeah.
But yeah, it from what I've seen, it looks good. It looks fun. I'm looking forward to trying it.
Yeah, it's a good time.
Not looking forward to have to deal with motion control again.
just turn it off.
Well, yeah.
turn
Well,
it.
after you get to the tutorials,
The tutorial is just like a
boo-hoo,
couple minutes
tutorial.
long.
I've seen a couple. Like you shoot ink on a block and then you can jump into the block.
Yeah,
And then,
yeah.
like-
There these like sponge things where you shoot into it, and then the block expands, and then you jump into it. But the enemies can like shoot it and make it shrink again. So you gotta shoot them while you're in it. You can like pop out of it and shoot them.
This sounds ridiculously fun.
it's
I really
pretty.
wanna
It's
try
pretty
it.
fun. Yeah.
Alright.
I recommend it.
Cool. Let's go ahead and talk about our favorite topic.
Oh, and
Kickstarters.
just before, like, going into the ink and zooming around as a squid is awesome, and like jumping into the other ink, that's really cool.
All right.
That's all. That's all I
Is
want to
it
say
really
about that.
fast-paced movement when you do that too?
It's a lot faster than just running around. Yes.
Okay.
It does seem a tad
Isn't it like one
slow,
shot?
but you
kill?
kind of have to get used to it. No, but it does. It doesn't take very long to get killed or to kill. Yeah.
To take a life.
Especially if you have the big roller thing, that's just basically you run into somebody and it's like, oh crap, I'm dead. There's no getting
You
out of
can't
here.
roll over them.
Huh?
You can't just roll over them.
Oh no, they roll over you is what
I
I'm
see.
saying.
Talking about, like,
If
they have
that's
the
you
roller.
have to get out of there if somebody comes in there with that.
Can you like be in squid form and get out of there?
Yeah, but
What happens if
it's
someone
difficult because
shoots the ink
you know
over
they're
when-
putting their ink down.
Yeah.
So if you're going into their ink, you're getting hurt.
Okay,
Like-
I was gonna say what happens if they paint over
Yeah.
where you
So
are.
it's
and
like
do
it's
it.
like creep, pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah.
Alright.
What?
From
Never
you
mind.
talking about Binding of Isaac, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, see, my definition of creep is StarCraft.
Oh well, you don't want to stand on that either.
It doesn't hurt you,
You
and
must-
if you're Zerg, it helps you.
He's gonna be teaching me how to play StarCraft so soon.
Yeah, coming up eventually. All right, we happy few.
We happy few. There's a Kickstarter that.
I
didn't
can't
notice.
keep
I
looking
didn't
at
notice
that
that
face.
headline before. Welcome to Wellington Wells, you saucy minx.
What?
So this is from the company behind
Contrast.
what is it? Contrast.
Contrast.
Which was another like indie style game. I don't know if it's an actual indie game, but it's
I think it's considered.
not
indie.
like huge
It was-
AAA type thing.
It's sad because Contrast was. I think it got shown 2 E3s ago,
Mm.
maybe, and the concept of it was so brilliant. Everyone was like, "Oh, Contrast, Contrast," and then it came out
Yeah.
to kind of
It's
lackluster.
alright,
Yeah,
yeah.
like it wasn't. So I'm hoping maybe
Yeah.
a little.
So this looks really, really cool. Like, you're just in this world where, for whatever reason, everybody wants to get you. It's a dystopian English type world in like the
Set in-
1960s or
yeah.
something like that. And it's
Procedurally-
procedurally generated, which is interesting, and it's based around melee combat. I didn't like. I never. They put out a gameplay thing for this. Like they had somebody stream it on Twitch, and I didn't see the character ever have a gun. So I'm pretty sure all you use is like either your fists or like a baseball bat or a cricket bat or whatever you find lying around. And there's crafting in the game, so you can craft your own stuff.
Craft your own bat.
Yeah, craft your own bat. Put a
a
spike in
nine-
that thing.
yeah,
Yeah,
put a nail in
in it.
Yeah.
Now you have a bat with a nail in it.
And so basically these
Plus that damage.
it's all about questions and stuff. You don't know why these people are out to get you, or at least the player doesn't know. And you're just trying to escape with your life. And it looks like difficult. There's a lot of running around and hitting people, so it looks really interesting. And everybody's got masks on, and it's kind of creepy.
Well, they look kind of painted on.
Yeah.
They have about a little less than half of their goal right now.
Yeah, they're going for about 200,000. That is an interesting number.
Well, they have
and they have about
25 days to go.
90,000, and they got 25 days. So yeah, they're good.
It's a super low number.
Mm-hmm. Not huge, yeah.
I mean, considering the scope of the game, so I'm wondering and I haven't looked at this, like you brought the topic, and I haven't had a chance to really look into it. Like, do they have other funding, and is this proof of concept? Like,
did they already have a lot of this made?
do they already have a lot of it made? It sounds like if they've already had someone play it on Twitch, then some of it's made. And then my question is, what is the scope of the game? It's procedurally generated, but are there like 4 or 5 different things that you can do to avoid suspicion, and that's it? Or is it like a whole list of things that keep going? I'm curious to see where it leads.
Yeah, from what I saw, that it wasn't too complicated. It's just very much a lot of running and hitting people. So that, like, they're probably gonna flesh that stuff out and bring in more stuff, but yeah, I don't know a whole lot about it right now.
I mean,
things.
Just interesting.
Yeah,
stuff,
it's definitely an interesting concept. And I found out what was the game we talked about last week? Perception.
Yeah.
There's another game called Blind.
Mm-hmm.
A similar concept,
Mhm.
slightly different. So,
Was it like a game that existed already, or
it's also in the works.
Oh, okay, it's in the
And
works.
apparently it's been under development, but it doesn't have some of the history of the team behind it.
Mhm.
So they're kind of getting overshadowed.
Gotcha.
I just heard, I think it was Giant Bombcast was talking about it.
Mhm.
So it's I'm curious. I'd like to see where it leads. I look forward to seeing where the team goes with it. Again,
Yeah.
contrast coming out of the E3 was showed was like the number one talked about thing, and then when the game came out, it was, I wouldn't say it was a flop, but it was a bit of a
It
fizzle.
wasn't as much as everybody expected it to be.
Yeah, and I'm hoping that that's not the case with this one, and I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
Yep.
I hope they do get the Kickstarter though. It looks like
Yeah,
they're well
looks
on the
like
way.
yeah, they're on their way to doing it. So
So
check it out.
let's talk about a Japanese company that isn't Konami.
They exist.
Well,
But I've been doing maybe a little bit more with their franchises, but like
not much more,
not much more.
but it looks like they might. So we're talking about Capcom.
Maybe.
Capcom's got a few announced items coming out.
Focusing on Mega Man.
Yeah, there's a new Mega Man TV series coming in 2 years,
From the creators of Ben 10 and Generation Rex.
which actually
Generator Rex.
I wonder why announce it now,
Generation Rex.
because it's 2 years out.
Yeah, it's an interesting time.
Like
to
it's one thing to
announce it.
announce a movie, but for like a TV series to announce
Yeah.
2 years out, it's
2 years
kind
out.
of.
Maybe they're a bit
interesting.
ambitious in this one.
Or I wonder if something leaked, or if they're
I don't know.
trying to build up some
Hype.
hype behind a franchise. Because also coming out is the Mega Man Legacy Collection.
Legacy Collection. Bringing in numbers 1 to 6 to the PS4, the Xbox One, and the PC, and eventually coming to the Nintendo 3DS as well.
I find it ironic that the company on which the series originally debuted on will be the last one to get a copy of it.
Maybe they're just kind of they're appeasing the.
Yeah. And they've been doing a lot of these like re-releases recently. They're doing the
I picked up
Resident Evil 0.
I picked
and-
up the Bionic Commando remastered in a sale.
Saw you playing that.
It very much reminds me of the original, and it's for me, tough as nails.
Yeah.
I also saw him die a lot.
There's no jump.
What?
There's no jump.
Yeah,
in the
you
game.
use like
There's no
your.
jump.
You get a
your
bionic arm.
thing. Yeah.
and you like
You
can
swing
swing around,
around.
but
Mhm.
there's no jump. The only way to get in the air is to like swing and timing and
Yeah.
So gravity is your jump.
yeah, it's
Pretty
hard.
much.
But so my question is, all right, so they've announced the Legacy Collection
Hmm.
and they've announced the TV series.
You got something else, Capcom? You're working on a game, maybe?
Is there maybe a new Mega Man
Who
coming?
knows?
I mean, we've had
We'll
we've
see
had
at
the
E3.
spiritual
Well-
spiritual. I can't talk tonight. They've had the
Spiritual
spiritual
successor?
successor with Mighty Number Nine.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering if Capcom's like, hey, there's obviously a
I
market
guess
for this.
people like
were
Mega Man still.
We really want to have a new Mega Man game, but I'm saying that there's also the possibility that they're just doing this so they don't have to make a new game to make money off of Mega
They
Man.
could be doing
I
that.
mean,
And a lot of the stuff
You're
they done recently, again, has been just re-releases of old things. So
So I mean,
it would be really nice if they would start putting out new games
they had
and
to
stuff.
reformat it, but I mean, a lot of stuff they've been putting out is just to make money off stuff they've already made,
Mm-hmm.
which
True.
isn't bad. I mean, it's good stuff.
yeah.
It is good games.
But
Love
at
playing
this
Mega Man,
point,
but
you know, it could go a lot of ways. But
I'm curious if the
don't
Legacy
know.
Collection. Did they say anything about remastering the faithful reproductions? So does that mean it's gonna get a graphical update or like? Can you imagine playing the original Mega Man,
I'd like to have the
the
original
pixely
graphics.
Mega Man on a 1080p screen? It'll be like,
yeah,
or it'll be
Oh.
super pixelated.
hopefully they will.
Ah.
I'm not saying like they need
Well,
to.
I wouldn't be
completely
playing it on a big screen. If I was going to get this, probably on the
3DS, so
yeah.
you'll get it like a year after the rest of us.
I can wait.
Uh,
No, I'll probably get it on the PC, but
yeah, cool. And then other Japanese game company. So it's kind of been a light week.
Yeah,
Again,
not
everything's
a ton,
other than Fallout 4.
which was a big announcement.
It was a huge announcement.
it was.
But today, oh, and XCOM 2.
Yeah, and that was before last week's podcast.
Was it before?
Was it? Didn't we talk about it last
Maybe?
week?
No, we had to tease that weird
Oh yeah,
website.
that's right. No, I think it was.
I
don't remember.
did we? I thought we did.
The week's blur.
Somebody check the links for last week's podcast. It'd be in there if we did talk
Do our
about it.
work for us.
But we'll get back to XCOM 2. Squeenix
Squeenix.
unveiled a new
Squeenix.
trailer for Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Yeah, in where she's
Just-
Lara's like climbing a mountain,
That just sounds
and that's most of the
like a
trailer.
pile of an 80s.
In a climbing a mountain in a snowstorm, so there's gonna be snow in this game
I mean,
and mountains.
and mountains.
And
Don't
e-
forget about those.
and people climbing the mountains.
My hope is that they're not gonna attach a ludicrous sales expectation on this one like they did the last one.
Oh yeah.
5 million copies.
I
It
don't know
wasn't as
what
successful.
is it with video game companies and like we're disappointed with this game's couple million sales. Like it
I would-
wasn't.
2
It's not
million?
Call of
I would
Duty.
say that if you
It's not
make
gonna
a
sell
bigger profit than what
gigantic
you put into
numbers.
the game, at least they weren't cutting even.
I don't know. Were they cutting even?
I don't think they were.
I'm pretty sure they
$5
made
million
something off of it.
or 5 million copies? And you don't think they broke even?
Yeah.
No. I mean, I don't think they lost money on the game.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
That's
So
what I'm saying.
it
They
is-
definitely had to have.
It is a bit ridiculous. Like you gotta have reasonable expectations.
Yeah.
And with a lot of companies doing the DLC before the game's even out or things like that.
That's not.
Oh, boy.
Don't get me started.
That is a- that is a topic for another
I'd say
one.
that adds into it.
Oh, we didn't.
Oh, we
Okay.
didn't?
When did that trailer come
Must
out?
have come out right after the
Wow.
podcast.
I
then.
guess so.
Someone just did our homework for us.
Our only hope.
Thanks,
So-
Our only hope.
Jordan.
Let's
So-
jump back to
Dang,
Cat
that's-
Squeenix.
XCOM 2 and Fallout 4 like right next to each other. It's just
Who will
here
win?
you go.
Well, as much as I love XCOM, and I think it's
Not a lot of competition there.
I don't think
Fallout's pretty big.
I don't think XCOM trumps Fallout 4 as far as.
Yeah.
What surprised me is not how quick XCOM 2, but how quick the release date is. Like they've kept it well under wraps.
Mhm.
It's coming out November.
Well, it shows
Oh,
you
yeah.
how that they can actually keep these games secret from us.
Some companies can.
So yeah.
Fallout
man.
4 Boston. There's Reddit posts from like 3 years ago saying it was going to be in Boston.
Dang.
But they were crazy. We didn't listen to them.
They were right. Were
It
they
doesn't
crazy?
look like they were crazy.
Crazy as
But
a
yeah,
fox.
so XCOM 2 announced. There's a
Cool
a
trailer.
trailer analysis video on Beyond the Blue Cup,
yeah.
thanks to Jed.
Yep.
Our very own
Good
Jed
trailer,
did
yeah.
a quick trailer analysis.
Which is like
Which I appreciate because there are some trailer analyses
Yeah,
where
nobody
they
wants
like
a
go,
30-minute like pause.
No,
Hey, look
yeah.
at this, look at this, look at this.
check out this one tiny little detail. Let me
come
sit about here
on.
and talk about it for an hour.
yeah, that's actually why I stopped watching trailer analysis videos because I mean
Good-
they'll
good
just
idea.
stop and go on for ages about
He
this.
does a
I'm
real
like,
time trailer analysis. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Check it out on
So, yeah,
Beyond the Blue Cup.
Beyond the Blue Cup. So it looks like there's some stealth elements maybe in this one, and the aliens are in control. So it's
new enemy
basically going
types,
for
all that.
the timeline of people who lost.
Yeah.
So the aliens are in control, and you're fighting back, I guess.
Got to retake
All the hard
planet.
work in the first
Mhm.
game wasn't
Like,
It was
apparently.
all
was
for
just
naught.
all for naught. You failed. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter if you won, you failed.
All right, I'm jumping back to Squeenix real quick with Rise
Right.
of the Tomb
Mhm.
By all
Uh,
means.
because I was doing.
So
some,
yeah, you.
I did a little research
you
and
brought
I
up
discovered
something I did not know.
Apparently, the lead writer for both for the Tomb Raider, I believe was the last game, and
Mhm.
for Rise of the Tomb Raider, is Rihanna Pratchett,
Yeah.
who is the daughter of
Terry Pratchett.
Terry Pratchett, the amazing writer of
Yeah.
the Discworld
Discworld.
series.
Those are such awesome books, and like I had no idea this was true, and it's cool to see, following in her father's footsteps, doing some writing.
Yeah.
And she's actually got a pretty decent
Yeah.
Repertoire.
She also worked on
Resume.
Mirror's Edge
Not
and
Right.
Prince of Persia game.
Bioshock Infinite.
Yeah.
She wasn't lead
Oh,
writer, but she
Thief.
was
She
a
worked
writer.
on Thief?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting.
So yeah, she's got some stuff on her
So
belt.
with that in mind, I'm kind of looking forward to the new Tomb Raider game and hoping that Squeenix doesn't put again ridiculous sales figures to
They
it.
probably will.
They will.
But, maybe after the first time.
So
They'll lower 'em a little.
premiering this week on Blue Cup Gaming is Jordan's round of seated difficulties.
Oh yes.
Oh man, that is an interesting one.
It was fun.
And
We lost so much steam in that third episode. It's like,
I think as a general rule we lose
He just he
Yeah,
like
that's true,
throws, he
but-
just stops.
I don't know.
moving.
I just noticed it.
on yours.
It-
On yours we lost steam. The only reason why I
Mhm.
think Jed's did well is because we swapped out half of the panel.
You need to break the cycle.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. On my run, game to be announced. I'll save it for another week.
Oh yes, you need to break the cycle. Keep the steam in that third episode.
Somehow.
But speaking,
I
so
don't know.
Jordan's game that he ended up playing for seated difficulties is Dark Souls.
He chose it.
He did choose it.
He chose the game.
He regretted it. He regretted it afterwards.
Well, he
He's
did
shaking
not
his
regret
head.
it immediately. It
But
took him some time.
It took him a little time.
Well, I mean, if we had gotten to the spider level, it would have been a whole other story.
I'm saying you should just, with games like that, you need to just start them in a random spot in the game and just throw them in there.
Good luck. All right, but having said,
Oh man, throwing things.
we have some stuff coming in from off screen, very unprofessional, from our video editor.
Yeah, good
He just
job.
doesn't like spiders.
He does not like spiders. And if you'd like to know why, you should probably check out our other podcast,
Oh,
Across the Table.
We made a
Smooth,
segue.
Smooth.
And that should be airing either tomorrow when you see this or later on tonight when you see this, depending on how his edit schedule goes.
I don't know how that schedule goes.
This is uploaded on Tuesdays, and Across is either Wednesdays or Tuesdays, kind of depending on how much edit time he has.
That's right. Okay.
So
When
his
he
game,
said tonight, he meant from when they'll be watching it.
yeah.
Well, I'm a bit
So anyway,
tired.
Yeah.
I got back from
Since he
vacation.
played
Yeah.
Dark Souls for his seated difficulties, it kind of that was kind of my point because theoretically some game got leaked.
Purportedly, Dark
Reportedly.
Souls 3, reportedly leasing in 2016 This is brought to us by The No, which is a Rooster Teeth show. And the other thing they announced was the
They talked about they
Silent
broke
Hills
the
bought
Silent
out
Hills.
by Microsoft, which Microsoft denied,
Yes.
but they've denied other things in the past.
They like
Very
lying
true.
to us.
Connectless Xbox, never happening.
In fact, you know what's funny about the Connectless Xbox? Because they announced it, I think, right after E3. Because so many people were in uproar about it. And the theory behind it is
Man, that
because
was I just remember that E3 where it was just Microsoft just kicking themselves in the face, and then
It was-
Sony just like, "Hey guys, we're not Microsoft."
It was
Oh.
it was hilarious.
I
to
remember my
watch.
They
favorite-
owned.
all right, segue. I'll come back to the point I was gonna make, but you just said something I had to remember when Xbox was doing this ridiculously complicated thing and to share a game, and it was just this crazy system.
Yeah.
Sony releases a video that goes,
Oh,
"Here's how
boy.
you share a game on PS4." Hands over into it.
That was great.
Oh, I mean, Xbox they try too hard.
But it's been theorized the reason why they said we're just doing press announcements, we're not taking any questions, and a couple people tried to pigeonhole them with questions, and they just hemmed and hawed and wouldn't give a direct answer. And a lot of people now think it's because they were in the process of doing a Connectless Xbox One, but they could not make that announcement until they had everything finalized.
Yeah,
And so they were just kind of just stalling.
that's true. Yeah.
So that's the theory.
A minute. So yeah, with this new announcement, they got a bunch of screenshots of this new Dark Souls 3, and according to this leak, the game will somehow support 1 to 4 players, which is interesting. They didn't know what kind of where in the game this would be, if this would be like a player versus player type thing or whatever. Also, from the very start, you get to choose from 10 different character classes. There are a bunch of new enemies and bosses, and 16 minutes of in-game cutscenes.
I'm just hoping it's better than Dark Souls 2.
Yeah. Yeah. But, they...
Speaking of game leaks, did you guys
They
hear
made
about the Star
something.
Citizen leak?
I did not.
So, a community manager was posting some, progress reports about Star Citizen, and they scrubbed the image, but apparently the community for Star Citizen is insane, and somehow rebuilt all the information.
You have no clue how insane they are.
Okay.
No, I'm just saying. I know someone who's extremely anticipating this
Okay.
thing coming out.
I mean,
Chris knows an insane person.
I do know an insane
the
person.
pedigree behind it's amazing. So here's what happened. They pierced it together. They found out that they are using my memory of this story gets fuzzy at this point. Either a torrent site to get files to the other developers. No, I mean legal torrents.
Yeah, no. I mean, just
Or-
listening to this is
Yeah,
they
we don't
went
condone
way out of
illegal
their
torrents.
way to do this.
This is like
They
spy
put some
game stuff.
work into
Yes,
this.
this is like spy game stuff. It's
Yeah.
crazy. They found out the site. They downloaded it. They rebuilt. They recompiled the files in the Unreal 4 engine,
Dang.
and recreated this giant battleship, and did a walk around in it that you cannot buy yet.
Yeah.
A giant battleship, and we're walking around the ship, and it's this game is actually happening. Of course, the people who did it are already believers in the game. And there were screenshots, and I don't know if anything's still up. That's all I know, but I'm these people are as insane as the EVE community. Holy cow.
Actually, that's quite a coincidence. The crazy person I know was also a big EVE Online player, and he's now
Yeah.
Yes.
Some games are.
I love you, man.
But yeah, they don't know, like I said, if they were. I don't remember if it was using a torrent site, if they're using an Amazon link in back in. And speaking of Amazon,
Oh
and
man,
gaming.
you
Oh,
went for that.
We're kind of.
I could see those gears turning in your head.
Yeah, I'm okay, I can make this segue work. Amazon. Amazon looks like, it really looks like they want to break into the gaming market,
Yeah.
and not just mobile, but go ahead.
So they're hiring for an ambitious new game project no details on it yet, other than like they have a crew composed of former Portal, World of Warcraft, and BioShock creators.
So basically,
Some
some
high,
of the team.
high-profile people.
Well, they don't say.
It doesn't say who. It could have been like
Yeah, it could
the,
be like-
the Water Boy.
Well, no, I mean, I'm sure it was someone.
Gotta do the coffee runs.
Yeah, I'm sure it was someone connected in the team, but I don't know. Programmers,
Mhm.
art designers, story
Yeah.
designers.
Well,
We
they
don't
just
know
they just
which.
didn't give names, so we
Mhm.
all we can do right now is speculate who they have.
Yeah,
but
they're
it is
just-
pretty cool that they have these people.
I mean, Amazon's definitely
This
making
is
a play.
This
for,
is like just putting those names out there. They do know like. It at least seems they do know the who they're going for. Like, yes, those are games that gamers will say, "Oh yeah, those are solid games."
Yeah.
Like,
also listed on the projects of the design team: Half-Life 2, Left 4 Dead, Dota 2, Halo, Infamous, Shadows of Mordor, and Last of Us.
yeah. So
IGN's got
Mhm.
some conjecture of who they think it's actually.
Mhm.
Who they think it's. Kind of awesome if that person is involved, but
yeah,
I'm not gonna.
we don't know. At
We
this
don't know.
point.
It's all rumor.
unconfirmed.
We do
so
know.
yeah.
Now, here's what we do know. Last year they bought Double Helix,
Mhm.
which is the
Killer
studio that.
Instincts.
It's funny because they made a lot of crap games, and it was like, here's your chance to make. I feel like the design team got around like, all right, guys, this is our one chance.
This is our
We've been
last
making
effort, guys.
Stupid crap for the last 5 years.
Trying to make something good.
Now is our time to shine, and boy did they.
They really did. They took that chance.
And then got bought by Amazon,
Yeah.
and then I got
and-
bought by Amazon.
and Amazon bought Twitch.
Yeah.
So
They are pushing for video games, which is
I'm
they're a
I'm
big
curious to
It's
see
a
what they
big
can do.
market,
It is.
Yeah.
so they're an ever expanding company.
yeah.
I'm kind of curious if there'll be anything about this at E3.
Who knows?
And that brings us around to our closing thoughts.
Mm,
E3 starts in 7 days.
7 days.
What do
Only
you
a week
wanna-
from now?
What are you hoping to get
Dang.
out of it? What do you want to see announced? What do you want to see gameplay wise? So let's start with what do you want to see announced? I know you already got yours, but and what do you want to see gameplay wise? And I know what your hint is going to be on that too. But do you want me to start? Or do you want to start?
Go ahead. Start.
Announcements. I'd like to get a release date for Legacy of the Void. I'd like to get a release date for Overwatch. Yes, I know they're both Blizzard titles, and that probably won't happen at E3. It'll happen at BlizzCon, but I can still hope. Gosh. What games would I like to see out of E3? I'd like to see... You'd think I would have thought this through a little more and had an actual
Considering
answer.
you
it's-
brought up this topic.
I know, considering I brought it up.
I mean, it's permissible, but we're a bit shocked.
I would actually like to see Gaijin Games do some kind of announcement on when we can expect warships added to War Thunder.
Yes,
Just because
that
We
too.
play so much War Thunder on the channel and with channel members that I'd like, and I've seen some of the beta footage. Some of the guys have of World of Warships. Not anyone on our channel, but other channels, and it looks amazing. And I just want to see what the guys behind War Thunder would do with that concept.
Well, I mean, they've done everything else really
Amazingly
well.
So that's what I hope to see. Gameplay wise, I'd like to see again more stuff from Blizzard. I'm trying to think. Is there anything out of Squeenix? You know what? I'd like to see Squeenix announce a new tactics game. The strategy RPG genre. It wasn't created by Square at the time, but so many people associate Final Fantasy Tactics with it, and to the point where they just say, "Oh yeah, it's a tactics game."
Mm.
Oh yeah.
And I know tactical RPG as well, but a lot of people just associate that with the genre. I'd like to see the guys who really kind of brought it into the forefront come back to it and see what they can do now. Although, I don't know. I like strategy RPGs. I like to see more of them. Massive Chalice looks amazing. That just came out. I had my doubts on Double Fine,
Okay, it came out.
but everyone who's played it that I've seen played it looks amazing. So
Mm.
we'll see. It looked somewhat limited too. I wish they'd gone a little deeper, but it was a Kickstarter project, and it looks like it does get fairly in depth with what they have. So
Yeah.
that's it from me. Go ahead, Chris, because I already know what your answer is going to be, and that gives Josiah some more time to think.
Obviously, the only game that I was really looking forward to seeing if it would happen or not is Fallout 4, and that was already announced out of the way. So all that's left for that is just conjecture. I'm not sure. I don't think this will have nothing to do with E3, but it's just as games I'm looking forward to. There should be an expansion coming out called Heart of Thorns for Guild Wars 2.
There should be coming one out.
It is coming out.
Okay, it is coming out.
It is coming out. Well,
So
I mean,
maybe get some gameplay or a date out of E3 at it. Do they have a date?
I don't know if they're gonna have that at E3.
hope.
Most of the information I've gotten for it is from their actual page. So
Again, what you want to see at E3.
Okay, I would love to see at E3 some stuff about Guild Wars 2, but as for just games from publishers, nothing specific. Again, my main thought of something coming out, the big coming out, would be Fallout 4, but I would like to see some more with all these new games involving exploration, especially with space. So you got the Elite Dangerous, you got Star Citizen. We've gotten to a point where we can make a lot of massive areas.
The game that Josiah.
Yeah, No Man's
No
Sky.
Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky. Yeah, I want to see more games like that. Games that kind of push the limits of like how massive you can make a world, but also make it fun to explore.
Yeah.
So I want to see a game like that as well, and just kind of add to the group that I'll have to all try later. Other than that, I'm
Fallout 4.
yeah, Fallout 4.
Josiah?
Yeah, speaking of No Man's Sky, I'm hoping they make just some kind of just reassurance that it's definitely coming out and that it's definitely working. There wasn't like a massive bug thing that they had to overcome, because it's supposedly coming out, like, I'm pretty sure, like, near the end of this year. So just like, the game's still coming, guys. You know, here's an actual date for it or whatever. And speaking of dates, I hope I get one. I hope, like,
I like how you just like made the joke on yourself.
I knew somebody was gonna make that joke. But Star Fox is
You
supposedly
poor thing.
coming out this year.
Wait, what?
Star Fox for Wii U. New Star Fox for Wii U.
You didn't know about
It's
that?
No, I
supposedly
didn't know about
coming
this.
out
I
this
guess
year.
we should have talked about that. Okay, next time.
Well, that was
Next time.
that was reported like a long time ago. So,
Next time.
Well, by
but
the time the next podcast airs, E3 will have started, so we might have a little bit of E3 news. But that's will
yeah.
have the press conference, so we'll at least be able to talk
That's
about
that.
that.
Well,
Yeah.
maybe we'll find the reason why they couldn't wait till E3 to show us Fallout 4.
So considering it's coming out sometime this year, supposedly, maybe, you know, a release date for that and some more information. They didn't have a ton of stuff out for it, just some, like, footage of Miyamoto messing around with it. Maybe some more info on the new Legend of Zelda game as well that got pushed to 2016, and which looked really, really, really cool. And just something, you know, Paper Mario, hopefully that's legit and we get a new one for the Wii U. So I want some good Nintendo announcements, please, Nintendo. Don't let us down this year.
He'll find you.
We got Splatoon.
Yeah.
Hey, we did get Splatoon.
Splatoon is really fun. Thank you for that. But, you know,
But I want more.
I want more.
And on that note, let's go ahead and wrap up. Thank you guys for watching. We will see you next week here on Beyond the Table. I don't know, you guys want to say bye or anything?
I was waiting for Chris. He's next.
So long.
We'll probably just cut there.
If he doesn't.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye.